Okay, we're back here with the demonstration on Cal-Coat 127 today. The next step, we're going to put some color into this. So we've got the necessary tools here to work with, and since I'm right-handed, and I'm sure you all got tired of looking at my big arm last time, we'll turn the camera around to the left-hand side. So we have a little plate here to pour some white paint in, some good old chocolate brown paint here, Woodland Scenes Weeds, couple of paint brushes. This one here has been through a lot, many layouts, wet rag, towel spread around, and a piece of styrene to use with the weeds. So we'll get started on this and show you how it works. This is a relatively easy process. It's more dab than paint. What you're trying to do is cover with the brown, and believe me, you can take a gray paint and do the exact same thing I'm doing here, and you'll end up with granite rocks. And instead of later on using, which you'll see me use, the white, you can come back and take black latex paint, thin it out to like a wash, and it'll seek all the cracks. So you'll end up with the gray with the dark cracks and so forth, and you'll end up with granite. I did it in one area, but really my part of the world here doesn't have granite. So this is basically what you do. And we're going to get to a point here, and I'll stop and do the whole process. You can go a little further without doing the other parts here. Paint doesn't dry that fast. Again, I'm not worried about up here along the wall with the sky, because we're going to have some scenery painted in there. Trees and maybe some hills, mountains in the background. And so when I do that painting, it'll take care of it. We can also get rid of some of the plywood Pacific here and put the base cover over the plywood. All my friends actually have called this thing the plywood Pacific, because all you saw for many years was plywood. So we've got it covered with the brown. Going to take some of the white paint, because we use the white paint for other things, and we're going to end up with a kind of a mixing together here. And believe me, it doesn't take much white paint to do this. And we're going to stick the old brown brush in it, and we're just going to take it while it's all wet and come in and start smearing it on. And this is going to give you some contrasting colors and shades of brown, which kind of fits my part of the world that we're modeling. So that kind of gives you your different colors as far as shades of brown. Now, once this is dried, and I will show it to you later on, there is, using the white paint, you can highlight, but it's a dry brush. It's really, really dry. And the other stuff needs to be dry to do it. Okay, so now we're going to take the piece of styrene, and I may have to reach behind me and turn off the fan, and we're going to put some of the weeds on it, and we're going to go up here and blow it on. You can sprinkle it along the top like so. And of course a certain amount will come down and fall in the cracks, but there's a lot of areas that won't get it on there. And it's an effective way to end up with some strata appearances in the rock and create various coloring. So that's basically it for the primary step of coloring. You come back and put weeds, trees up at the top, in front of it. There's plenty of room in here to put trees, ground cover. In the long run, we'll get all that done, but this basically takes care of the part with the Cal-Coat 127, with the exception of maybe some white highlighting, which we may show you using this area down here. In fact, we can give it a, we'll take this brush, a little smaller brush. You got to have something to wipe the paint on, because you got to get dry with this. So all I'm going to do here is get it to where there's very little paint on the brush. And all you want to do is touch it. And we need a little more. And you'll see, I don't know if it's visible on the camera because I haven't looked at the video, but it brings the edges of the rock out, which have been exposed to Mother Nature's wear and tear for a long period of time, and that's what happens. If you have gray or something, or granite type rocks, this shows up even more. But you kind of have to wait till it's dry. You can't do it while it's wet, but like this in here is all dry from previous efforts. But that's how you get the highlights. So moving ahead, we'll go ahead and do this whole thing and come back and take a picture, and we'll show you what it looks like when we get it all colored in. So here we are at the end of the Cal-Coat project. As far as that part is concerned, there is a lot more scenery detailing to do, roads to put in and things like that. But as far as the use of Cal-Coat in the outcome, let's give you a pretty good idea from where we started and what we're going to end up with. In later videos, you'll see scenery and some trees and ground cover and bushes and all of the like put in here. But this just gives you an idea to get the base form scenery into the project.